What up, bro? Welcome to Murray Hill, Manhattan, to the newest location of Utopia Bagels. They blew up in Queens and came over to the island of Manhattan earlier this year, and we got here about 45 minutes ago, just now sitting down to eat two scrumptious, fluffy, fat bagels, bacon, egg, and cheese on a sesame seed bagel, and a lox sandwich on an everything bagel. It's a little bit of seating here, and they've got a whole window into the bagel making process, boiling the baking, the topping, all that stuff. You can grab coffee, drinks, and whatnot, you know, standard bagel fare. You know your boy is up on his bagel game, so I'm about to review these for you. I'll give you a precise score, including the bake, the chew, the topping, everything. I'm not just kidding. I'm gonna eat them and enjoy them, and you're gonna watch and drop some comments and some likes and share this video as well. This is the bacon, egg, and cheese on the sesame seed bagel with a fluffy egg, American cheese, and of course bacon. No turkey bacon, we don't do that over here. Let's go. It's what you want in a bacon, egg, and cheese. Big fluffy bagel, melty cheese, crispy bacon, good sesame seed flavor on this bagel. Very chewy. When you go to a place that does baked goods or bagels, you want it to be busy. You kind of want there to be a long line, because otherwise you might be sitting there thinking like, is this yesterday's batch? If it's busy, if there's a long line, a lot of orders coming in, you know they're just constantly churning out bagels. In fact, behind the counter, those baskets that are in other places are usually full of wheat rings. They're almost completely empty because they're just churning out those orders. There's two lines, one to order and one to wait for your name to get called. So I'm gonna keep enjoying this sesame seed deliciousness. A very chewy bagel with a hearty amount of sandwich ingredients. Like unwrapping a Hanukkah gift. This is the Nova plain cream cheese, red onion, and caper on an everything bagel. Everything. Todo. Todos los spices. This one's crispy. I think they toasted the bagel. Excellent creamy cream cheese. That's exactly how you want your cream cheese. You don't want it to be blocky or mushy, you want it creamy. Excellent smoked fish, but to tell you the truth, this one's Narissa, so I'm not trying to eat it all. That would be rude. The Utopia Bagel is exactly what you expect from a classic, traditional New York bagel. We haven't tried their Queens location yet, but this one is freshly baked. They're hand-rolled, boiled, and then baked. Compared to some of the other bagels that we've had recently, Apollo Bagel is more crispy. It's like wood-fired, a little oily because they drizzle that olive oil on top. And it's all about premium toppings there as well. The Mud Club, those are the smaller wood-fired bagels. They're more dense, a little bit more chewy. They break apart easier. It's really made for those small grab-and-go sandwiches. This one is the classic New York bagel. I kind of wish we ordered a third just to try it with the cream cheese alone, but you could still tell this is a great bagel. And we read a lot of Google reviews before we come to these places. Don't let the fact that you may have to wait for food cloud your judgment on food, because that really shouldn't factor into it. It doesn't matter if you wait 5 minutes or 50 minutes. That has nothing to do with the food quality. So stop doing that. If that's you, stop that right now. We had to wait about 45 minutes for these bagels. Totally cool with me. The food was good. They're efficient, you know, getting people in and out. So good bagel. Definitely one of my new favorites here in New York. All right, we hopped on the 6 train to 86th Street. We got something to do in this neighborhood. But first, you know we gotta refuel that caffeine tank because it's about on E. We had a couple of espressos to start the day, but we're at Variety to have a cold brew. There's a few varieties around New York. I don't know what other cities they might be in. You have to check variety.edu, but I do like their cold brew. It's got good notes. Hashtag no cream, no sugar, no nothing. Just coffee, cold, straw. And let's go to our next destination. What time is it?
It's happy hour here in Greenwich Village. We're at Amalia Wine Bar, a place we've been to before. We had to come back because it was amazing service and great food and drink. We're here for some drinks and light bites. We picked up 2 wine flights today, light reds and some oranges, all from France and Italy. You know how we do. Get up on your wine game, son. Subscribe for more content just like that. We also got some beef tartare crostinis presented on a beautiful cutting board. So I'll take a little bite of the beef. Cheers. Super crunchy. That's what you call a crusty crostini. And the beef tartare is very cold, super beefy, excellent combination. I will go ahead and try a light red from France. You know, you gotta oxygenate that wine. Very good. I shall now sample one of the oranges from Italy. Ooh, nice and light, like a white wine. And for our dinner, aka Nuestra Cena, we were fortunate enough to come to one of New York City's hottest restaurants, Don Angie, a red sauce Italian restaurant that's putting a whole remix on old classics like lasagna, salad, garlic bread, salami, and a whole laundry list of stuff. We got a couple of Talea Pilsners, aka Al Dente. We got their house salami, beautiful cheese. And the chrysanthemum salad, that's an underrated classic. That's like your utility player that you pick out of the dugout in a clutch situation when you need a very timely hit with runners on base. You're down in the bottom of the 8th and you're trying to come back. That's what that chrysanthemum salad is. A little tangy, crunchy from the little croutons, good greens. I saw their famous lasagna a few months ago on YouTube. I had no idea, I had never heard of this restaurant before. I saw those rolled up lasagnas. It reminded me of growing up when my dad used to make lasagna like every Friday. It was one of my favorite foods. Hopefully this one will be at least half as good as that one. A lot of pasta layers, a lot of melty cheese, and a beautiful meaty sauce. Cheers. Wow. That's so tender, meaty, savory. It's everything I hoped it would be in a lasagna. I feel like Garfield right now, except I don't hate Mondays. It also brought a house-made focaccia. That's good though. Wow. Big boy bite. bro. Today we're all about those AM, FM vibes because we made a morning stop to Radio Bakery, then brought our baked goods to Transmitter Park, the former home of WNYC in the morning. Used to be the home of a radio station. Hello. Hi.
What a cutie.
How you doing? How you doing?
What a cutie.
Oh, you're good. A cool breeze is coming off the East River, thank God, because it is one of the hottest days of the year so far in New York City. So wherever you're watching this, whether it's your couch or the subway train, I hope the AC is kicking like Jackie Chan. We're overlooking money-making Manhattan and about to dig into a couple of sandwiches, couple of pastries from Radio Bakery here in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. This is the tuna sandwich. Tuna salad and pepperoncini is on a beautiful sesame seed hero roll. Let's go. There's also a nice dollop of lemon juice in here. Wow. Almost every day I rip open one of those Trader Joe's tuna packets, mix a little mayonnaise in it, and eat it with water crackers. This tuna salad is the Mercedes G-Wagon of tuna sandwiches. So incredible. That lemon juice, it's a nice zinger in there, like a little punchline. Crispiness from the pepperoncini, not too spicy. The bread is super chewy, and this bread, oh my God. When you're waiting in line at Radio Bakery, it smells so good. You're liable to float up in the air like an old school cartoon character. This is amazing, a 10 out of 10 sandwich. Yo, this will make a phenomenal post-workout sandwich. You got all the protein from the tuna, the carbs in the bread to restore those glycogen level. Where my weightlift is at, stand up. Good tuna sandwich. I'll save some for Narissa. Narissa's not normally a tuna salad fan, but I think this one will convert her. The tuna salad sandwich was my personal pick. This is Narissa's selection. She wanted to go with the prosciutto, burrata, and basil on a focaccia bread. Now, little did I know that it was gonna be this thin. I saw a big chunk, so I was hoping for a big old square, but it's okay. Anyway, this looks really good. Creamy burrata, looking like cottage cheese spilling out the side. Focaccia bread, nice and squishy, like a memory foam pillow. Just the right amount of oiliness on this focaccia. Wow. Focaccia bread, easy to chew, just that slight hint of crispiness, the saltiness of the burrata and the prosciutto mixed well together. Those two things go together like a second baseman and a shortstop. A sprinkle of basil in there for that extra wow factor. Oops, this one's Narissa's. I can't eat too much, but it's really good. Incredible hearty sandwiches. I definitely need my protein this weekend because I got in a killer full body workout on Friday. That's on my fitness app. If you could download it, it's Gusto Fitness, only $1.99 per hour. We had to get a coffee, you know, first thing in the morning. Double shot iced Americano with vanilla syrup and a little bit of whole milk. I customized my coffee today because it was Stumptown beans, and I'm not the biggest fan of Stumptown. Sorry, Stumptown, we're just, you know, there are better beans out there. Anyway, we got a couple of pastries to go with this iced coffee, which is melting so much because it's just so hot outside. The Earl Grey morning bun, do the Earl Grey face. Hello. And we got the triple, not single, not double, but triple chocolate croissant. Get a little sip of the coffee. Now let's bite into the pastries. This is the Earl Grey morning bun. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Ooh, I could taste the bergamot in there, or bergamot, or whatever the heck it's called. It's a little citrus that they throw in the Earl Grey. Sugary, warm spices, crispy and chewy at the same time. That's incredible. Triple chocolate croissant. Yo, this is legit. When I first saw this triple chocolate croissant, I thought to myself, is that just one chocolate too many? No, it's the perfect amount. and you should definitely try this one. They also have lots of other sandwiches, cookies, pastries. They rotate throughout the day. I cannot wait to go back to Radio Bakery, but first, we gotta finish what we ordered today.
Having lunch at Greenpoint's newest Thai restaurant, Shinta. We got some grilled prawn here and kapra mukrum.
Tom kha soup with vegetables. Some mushrooms in there, snap peas, broccoli, bell peppers. Very coconutty. We could have gotten shrimp, fish, tofu, pork, but we went with veggies. Wow. This is the pomelo salad with shrimp, red onions, shrimp floss, and pomelo. It's beautiful, so unique looking. Wow. Big pomelo piece and the shrimp. So aromatic and fragrant, crispy pork belly. It's got basil and jalapeno. Comes with a little dipping sauce. And some sliced cucumbers, meaty and crispy. You can get some peppers, a little bit of dip it in the sauce. There's peppers in the sauce too. Wow, that's good. Talk about protein rice. Keep rolling. How do I eat this?
That's the one where I was like, I don't know that you're gonna want to on camera, but
I'll try it.
I mean, you would remove that because you're not.
After a great dinner at Shinta, we came over to one of our favorite bars in all of Brooklyn. This is Tourist, where they have all sorts of beers and wines and different types of drink on tap. So this is an orange wine that's on draft right now. It's a blend of 4 different types of grapes from Italy, skin contact. That's how we like our wines. So cheers. Hold off on the coffee. Yo, what up, bro? It's another scorcher in New York City. Mid-July, you know, that summer weather. We are pushing 90-degree weather today, so it's all about new restaurants to keep us cool. Literally, metaphorically, figuratively, emotionally, mentally, physically. We are in Williamsburg at A&C Super, one of the newest bakeries in NYC, and I have a biscuit breakfast sandwich. Wow. Very impressive. Absolute super fluffiness. This is about as fluffy of a biscuit as you can produce. There's a soft scrambled egg inside here, crispy bacon, melty cheddar cheese, all on a cheddar biscuit. They have them from 8 a.m. until when they sell out. I'm so glad that they didn't sell out because it was a little bit later in the morning, so that was my first worry. I had this biscuit sandwich high on my list of new foods to try here in the Big Apple. It's incredible. Comes with a little packet of hot sauce, Cholula, so I guess may as well try it. A little dab. A little bit of Pikachu. Okay. Doesn't necessarily need the hot sauce. Adds a slightly different dimension to the whole taste and texture of this biscuit sandwich. It's a thick cut bacon, melty cheddar cheese, a lot of egg in there, and of course, a whole lot of biscuit. Typically, when you think biscuit sandwich, maybe you're thinking very, very small biscuit, but this is a good sized biscuit. If it's almost as big as my hand, we're talking good sized biscuit. Poppy seed roll sandwich. This one also has scrambled eggs, melty cheese. Ooh, very soft bun. Check that out. That's a sausage patty on there. Some egg. What kind of cheese is that? It's like a white cheese on here. I don't know if that's white cheddar, Monterey, provolone. Well, probably not provolone. That's piping hot sandwich. I think this might be my first ever poppy seed roll sandwich. And I don't even think I've had a poppy seed roll by itself. Egg, cheese, sausage patty is everything you want in a breakfast sandwich. You need a little bit of every food group. You need it to be hearty, filling, and most importantly, say it with me now, delicious. This type of sandwich that puts a smile on your face and just set you up for a really nice day. We have an amazing agenda here in New York City, even though we are under a heat advisory. I grew up in Miami, so, you know, little heat, it won't kill your boy anyways. All right, this one's Narissa's, so I can't eat too much of it. That would be rude, as we say in the business. It's wrapped up in some nice foil to keep it hot. Got a little Evian as our water. They have Topo Chico, they have all kinds of pastries. We were here a couple of weeks ago and we got their sourdough bread, which I gotta say, probably the best sourdough bread we've ever had in New York City from a bakery. Absolutely très magnifique. Muchas gracias. And yeah, I'm gonna finish up this biscuit, yo. It's a big biscuit. Gotta let Narissa try it, but I'm gonna have one more bite because it's just oh so delicious. And we're sitting right outside the A&C Super Bakery. They're prepping stuff all day long. I think they're closed on Tuesdays, but every other day they're open. And even though it's a loud intersection, they do have a whole back area with seating and umbrellas. Lots of cars. I think they're training for the NASCAR 100 race. Well, cheers. It's definitely better without the hot sauce. After we ate those incredible breakfast sandwiches from A&C Super, we hopped on over to MoMA, aka the Museum of Modern Art. It's on 53rd Street, just east of 6th Avenue. Believe it or not, this is my first time at MoMA. It's humongous. So many galleries to see, and unfortunately, it left me a little bit disappointed. I'm just kidding. I got you, bro. You know, I'm a big time art lover, from contemporary, traditional, sculpture, painting, all of it. I love it. We're actually in the sculpture garden right now, and there's beautiful marble everywhere, cool seats, lots of little fountains, and of course the birds chirping, which kind of brings everything together. Parisian Metropolitan entrance arch behind me, and some cool sculptures, including a Picasso goat. But yeah, this is a great museum. I probably don't have to tell you that. If you're into art whatsoever, you know about MoMA, but I'm just here to tell you that it also gets my stamp and seal of approval. Another brand new restaurant in the Big Apple is Son del North, brought to you by Chef Anisha Garcia, who won Chopped 2 times. She's a Tijuana native, bringing northern Mexican cuisine to the Lower East Side. So for the umpteenth time, we find ourselves in LES to comer some delicious comida. They specialize in burritos, no rice, just beans. So we got 2 of them today, the camarón ranchero and the frijol con queso. Every burrito comes with cheese, avocado, and of course, beans, habichuelas, frijoles, no matter how you like to say it, they're here for you. We also got some totopos y salsa, that's tortilla chips from a I don't know why they're honking. Ain't nobody going anywhere. We also got totopos y salsa. That's fried tortilla chips for my non-Spanish speaking homies. We got a green salsa, aka salsa verde. You can get salsa roja too, but we wanted green. I guess we're in a Shrek type of mood. Here are the chips. And inside is the dip. They gave us something extra in here. Well, I don't know if it's like a dipping. Oh, that's all the salsa. Oh, and there's a green sauce. So they got a carne asada, pollo asado, but we wanted to try the frijol con queso. Since it's the more basic burrito, you know, I like to try just the essentials sometimes when trying a new restaurant. There's also some sort of green sauce that comes with it. So I'll go ahead and dip it in there. This is the burrito. There we go. Ooh, that's a spicy sauce. Very thick. All right, so far I just got flour tortilla. A little tiny bit of cheese. Wow. Oh my God, that's good. So much cheese, it's just oozing out. Check that out. That's amazing. This is one hell of a burrito. Damn, so simple. So classic and so flavorful. And the tortilla is freshly made, soft, yet has a good chew to it. Inside the beans and the cheese, they're kind of just meshing together, kind of like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's incredible. Holy moly. So much cheese is on the paper, on the wrapping. It's phenomenal. I figured I would like this burrito, but I didn't know I would love it. Absolutely amazing. It just gets my highest praise. It really is that good. If I had to say one thing, maybe it's a little bit too much cheese, but hey, you know, who's gonna complain about too much cheese? That's insane. This is the big dog, camarón ranchero, AKA ranch shrimp, I guess, or cowboy shrimp, I don't know. Ranchero is like somebody who lives in the country. There's grill marks, a sauce spilling out. I'm leaving it wrapped up partially this time because I know when I take a bite, ingredients are gonna start spilling everywhere. I learned my lesson from the first one. I got my trusty sauce, but first I wanna try it without the sauce, so let's go. It's really hot. Not too hot. Yeah, temperature hot, not spicy. No pica, caliente. The outside of the burrito, because of that grilling, is crispy. It's got a nice crisp to it. The other one wasn't grilled like this. Okay, that's the sauce from the beans. Definitely some cumin in there, a little bit of avocado I see. Of course, melty cheese, chewy, meaty shrimp. It's a hearty burrito, I can already tell you that much. It's very heavy in my hand. It's like the same weight as a bowling ball. It's one of the big benefits, advantages of living here, is that we always get new places, food from all around the world. And even when you dig into Mexican food, it's amazing that we can go to different restaurants for different regions of the country. I'm gonna try a little bit of sauce on this now. Although I honestly don't think it needs sauce particularly. Kicks it up a notch. The avocado adds a nice creamy texture to that. Everything in there is so melty, creamy, buttery smooth, an enjoyable eating experience. It's a small place on Orchard Street just south of Houston. There's a bench outside if you want to eat there, or you can bring it to Allen Street like we did right now. Very close to Russ and Daughters. And I think I got a little bit of sauce on my t-shirt, but hey, that's the price you pay for eating burritos. Yo, just fair warning, don't come to Son del Norte expecting a very clean eating experience. That's as sloppy as you're gonna get with burritos. Even keeping the burrito wrapped up, it just exploded, imploded. All the shrimp and beans and sauce and cheese just went everywhere. I had to use a gigantic napkin, which they do give you, in order to somewhat clean my hands so that I could look presentable for this next shot. Thank God we had these chips, because that's the only way I could actually literally finish the burrito, because the tortilla was like, the burrito was like a MoMA painting. And they put a lot of shrimp in there. I believe they grilled the shrimp and then put them in the burrito, which is phenomenal. Now we got some green salsa and totopos. A lot of cilantro in there. Definitely some hot ass peppers. That is really good, flavorful, good spice. Probably like a 6.5 out of 10. By the way, that was the best bean and cheese burrito we've ever eaten. It makes Taco Bell look like they sell clothes. I would definitely say check out Son del Norte, kind of like a Spanglish title. It's really good right here on the Lower East Side. Can't go wrong. Just make sure you bring some wet wipes. And now we're back in Bushwick at yet another brand new New York City restaurant. This is Tora NYC. It's a Japanese izakaya spot on Himrod and Knickerbocker. We've actually been here like 3 or 4 times already. We got takeout the first time and took it to a brewery. Then we dined in a couple of times. We're so hyped to be back. They have sushi, hand rolls, gyudon, karage. We're starting off, since it's happy hour, with a couple of yuzu sake drinks. I think it's just sake mixed with yuzu juice. And it's made right here in Brooklyn. Cheers. Yuzui. We got the gyudon bowl. This is egg, white rice, thinly sliced beef, some scallions, and some chili. You don't want to mix it up too much, just enough to get you a little bit of everything. All right, cheers. Some crispy bits in there, very eggy. The rice and beef, winning combination. The egg gives it more of a creamy texture, kind of binds the rice and the beef together. It's like a little glue in there that's very tasty. And this is a good bowl to share. Typically we share this bowl. That's the end of that story. Then we got the hamachi kama over here. Just a little lemon on it. And this is a collar, rarely eaten part of the fish for most people. Absolutely delicious. It's very thin, very bony. So you kind of just gotta eat around the bone. A couple of fins on here too. Comes hot off the grill, so it's not deep fried or anything like that. So it's kind of like a clean meal. Plus it's very well seasoned. Delicious, delectable part of the fish. Don't sleep on the collar. Tora NYC is an izakaya. They're kind of famous for these grilled things. They have skewers. Last time we got some beef and chicken skewers. They do pork, shiitake mushroom. I think we got some bacon wrap, bacon wrapped enoki mushrooms last time. And of course they've got a full bar here. It's a really nice atmosphere. Somewhat small, but big enough. Bigger than a Manhattan Japanese spot, that's for sure. AC's kicking, nice and cool, good tunes, nice music playing. And of course, happy hour 3 to 7. We always like that. A little bit of radish on the side. So I will try that with the hamachi. Ooh, it's steamy. So good. This is a great little dinner we have here. We had those really big burritos earlier, so we're not super hungry at this point, but just enough to get our snack on. That beef is sliced paper thin. Really good white rice. Kind of like a Build-A-Bowl. Cheers. What up, bro? Greetings and salutations from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. We got a lot to do today, you know, a full agenda. But before we do anything, I got to get a little bite to eat. We made a stop to La Bicyclette Bakery, one of the greatest bakeries in Brooklyn. Ham and cheese croissant from La Bicyclette Bakery. It's pretty different. Usually when you have a ham and cheese croissant, it's just normal on the outside, ham and cheese rolled up on the inside. This is a ton of cheese on the top and it's squished. Certainly well done by that oven, but I gotta say, it's fairly tasty. I can't quite pick out the herbs, but it's definitely a nice start to any day. We decided to come to the lower floor of Chelsea Market in the Meatpacking District. Why? Because this is the location of Alf Bakery. Now, I'll be honest, the only reason I came here is because I'm a mega fan of the hit 80s sitcom. But come to find out that Alf Bakery has absolutely nothing to do with good old Gordon Shumway. Sad day. In any case, they got sandwiches, pastries, bread, cookies, and a crookie, chocolate chip cookie wrapped in a croissant. Maybe we'll have to try that one next time. Today we went a little bit more traditional, ham and cheese on a baguette, strawberry twist, which is normally a fig twist, but strawberries are currently in season and figs are not it right now. And we also got an apple chausson. Here we go, some nice cold ham, white cheddar cheese on a super great baguette. Let's go. Because this is a highly acclaimed bakery, I have high hopes for this bread, and it definitely didn't disappoint me. Sometimes you bite into a baguette and it cuts up your mouth like you just went through a 10-round fight with Mike Tyson. But this baguette is actually a little bit soft. And don't forget, on the channel, I have an entire playlist dedicated to bread baking with one whole episode just on baguettes from start to finish. So make sure you check that out after this video. I'm gonna take more bites of this sandwich. Good ham, good cheese, great bread. I think that's a little bit of sweet cheese or something. Is that coconut flakes? Fresh strawberries, braided pastry. The cold strawberries that have a nice chew to them. Cheesiness in there, coconut flakes. I think they're coconut flakes. Crisp on the outside, soft on the inside. I feel like this is a good pastry to go with a bottle of red wine. Central Park, the apple chausson. That looks like a frog tongue. Reminds me of getting McDonald's apple pies as a kid. Sweet apples on the inside, crispy pastry shell. Between the two pastries that we got, I definitely prefer the apple one, but they're both good and the sandwich is phenomenal. On a previous episode of Louis Gusto Platinum, we went to Taqueria Ramirez in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, where they just opened up a brand new spot here in the East Village. This is Carnitas Ramirez, where they specialize in carnitas. So that's the whole entire pig on a taco. And you get to choose whatever you want. The butt, the shoulder, the ribs, the skin, the tail, the snout, the cheek. We're starting off with 3 carnitas tacos, maciza, cachete, and costilla. And they got all the salsa and peppers out there for you. Come on, corn tortillas. And for an extra $1, you can get chicharrones right on top, which we've been snacking on while we were setting up the shot and everything. They got seating outside, they got seating in the front, seating in the back. It's nice when a New York City restaurant has plenty of seating because it's kind of a rarity, unfortunately. So this is the chicharrón.
Super duper crispy. Now, I gotta be honest, I don't know which taco's which. This one has the red onion. Cheers. The tortilla is crispy. Our pork is so savory, and that red onion is the perfect topping. All right, I have no idea what that one was, but it's good. We're just gonna go into the next one. These are great because you don't have to commit to a humongous meal. You want one taco, $5. If you want three, $15. Pretty good deal. This taco's a little fattier, a little chewier. The previous one was more meaty. All right, we're gonna try number 3. Like I said, I don't know which one's which. This is my first time really having carnitas tacos like this. Carnitas taco number 3. This one has a combination of green salsa and red onion toppings. The meat tastes freshly cooked, great spices, amazing textures. The tortillas are perfect and everything's made to order. If I had to say one little thing, maybe the tacos could be labeled so I could know which one is which. So if like, I really like the maciza, I really like the cachete, but honestly, they're all good. And then we kind of just randomly chose. We just were like 1, 2, 3, and then made the tacos. We put the toppings on it. I'm not an expert in carnitas tacos, but I'm definitely getting into it with this. Definitely a spot we can come to over and over again. Got my Topo Chico because it's hot outside and it's perfect bubbles to go with the tacos. Definitely got to add this to the list of best NYC tacos. Chicharrón. Dímelo, bro. We're at the most famous Puerto Rican restaurant in New York City, Casa Adela, here on the Lower East Side. In between East Village, Lower East Side, is a little place called Alphabet City. We're on Avenue C, aka Loizada Avenue. Now, Casa Adela has been around forever. We were here a few years ago before we started this whole YouTube business. This is the first time we're eating such a big Puerto Rican meal on the channel. We got here the pastelillo con carne. When I was a kid, we used to make these at home. We would lay out the dough, put our meat topping, fold it over, press it down with a fork and fry it. So it's a really special kind of snack. And it's the first thing we're eating today at Casa Adela. Cheers. There's some ground beef in there. Very crispy shell. That's pretty cool. Very steamy on the inside. Put a little hot sauce on there. We got ourselves acapurria, a little bowl of sancocho, mofongo with pernil on the side, yuca con cebolla, and arroz con habichuela. So it's a huge feast. I got in a nice chest and back workout earlier, ran a couple miles on the treadmill, so you know I'm ready to dig in and destroy these plates. Let's start with this acapurria, super hot from the fryer. Little crispy on the outside, but kind of mushy on the inside from all the root vegetables. A little bit of meat, a little bit of yellow rice. It's always a winner. Arroz con habichuela, that's like a necessity at any Puerto Rican meal. One of my all-time favorites is yuca con cebolla. There's a little bit of pepper in there, but I always take my yuca with hot sauce. Little fun fact for y'all. The yuca breaks apart very nicely, but it's also got a nice chew to it. Doesn't really have a whole lot of flavor. It's more about the texture. That's why I like to put hot sauce on it. Great side dish. Growing up, my abuela always made sancocho whenever I asked for it. You got everything in here. Root vegetables, oxtail, potatoes, you know, the whole nine. It's a great Sunday soup, even though we're not filming this on a Sunday. Let's
kind of like having Sunday roast during the week in London. Great flavor in there. I also love how the bowl has a big diameter and they really fill up that bowl. So much so when he's serving it, he's trying not to spill the soup out the side. Definitely a good sancocho. Last time we had soup on the channel was a tom kha soup. This is completely different, but just as good. What makes it flavorful is that oxtail in there, all the root vegetables, all combines to give you like the great nutrients. What more can I say about sancocho? It's just a legendary soup. Of course, I'm mostly just having the broth right now, but I'm gonna dig into these potatoes after. The big dog, fried plantains mashed together with chicharrones. Yum, I'm gonna get a nice chunk of this bad boy. I didn't order tostones because I figured mofongo, pretty much same thing, tostones on steroids. So garlicky. Plantains are just a whole other dimension of culinary arts. Sort of like a banana, but not really. It's like a banana and a potato decided to have a kid. And then we got some pernil on the side. This mofongo is really great. That's legit. Really, all of these are comfort foods for me. But it's been a while since we sat down and had a true Puerto Rican meal. It's kind of like a holiday meal. We're celebrating early though. Good paneer, nice and meaty, chewy, garlicky flavor, not too salty. We got a great spread over here. Everything has been really great. The flavors, the textures, served when they were hot and ready, brought out. And it's just a cool atmosphere. There's salsa playing, and it's good to be here after a couple of years. Orion Bar in Bushwick, Brooklyn. They just opened up, and this is a Korean and American bar with soju drinks and all kinds of Korean street food snacks. This is jujube inspired, jujube infused soju. Big ol' ice cube and a slice of orange in there. The martini has an olive and it's shaken, not stirred. Gochujang fries with Kewpie mayo dip. Crispy, pretty good stuff. We love a new chill cocktail bar with some good French fries. Yum. What up, bro? Good morning from Harlem, New York City. We are at Sylvia's, a legendary soul food restaurant on Malcolm X Boulevard, just north of 125th Street. It's an 11 a.m. on a Saturday. Perfect time for brunch at Sylvia's, AKA the queen of soul food. There are a lot of options to go with, but I chose the Harlem style fried chicken and waffle. Fried chicken and waffle is just a legendary combination. And let's dig into the waffle first. Got plenty of butter on that, little bit of syrup. I am the MVP of cutting up food. Get a little bit of butter here. Get a double bite, chicken and waffle. Look at that. Great, yeah, thank you. That chicken has a crispy skin with good batter, amazing spices and herbs. Then the waffle is very waffly. Good butter and syrup combination. And when you bite everything at once, it's like biting into the world's most delicious breakfast sandwich that you can get in Harlem. Chicken is not super oily. Meat's very tender and juicy. It's also a very beautiful plate. Lots of butter. That's a phenomenal 5-star combo. The waffle is crispy on the outside. It's light and airy, nice and thick. The butter and the syrup just, take it to a new level. And then with that chicken on the side, just insanely good. Great plate right here.
also got some fried shrimp, golden fried shrimp with collard greens, traditional style, baked macaroni and cheese. I'll try the collard greens first. You can get them vegetarian as well. Greeny. Get a nice big bite of the mac and cheese. Maybe a little cheese pull, mini cheese pull, I guess. Ooh. It's an all-star combination of cheeses, great pasta, still has a good chewiness to it. Just a very creamy overall texture. These two, mac and cheese and collard greens together, mamma mia. And of course, I gotta try a piece of fried shrimp. And we're gonna squeeze some lemon on it, a little dipping sauce. I don't know what it is, but wow. Very meaty, chewy shrimp, expertly spiced. This is another amazing plate. Both of these together, we chose correctly. And we got started off with the homemade traditional cornbread with butter, a little bit of water on the side. I'm gonna dig into these plates. Bon appetit. All right, bro, you know that I just love a good New York City bakery, and a brand new one that just opened up across the street from Golden Diner is Bang by Lauren. It's in the Two Bridges neighborhood of Manhattan. It's a French-style bakery with many Vietnamese twists. For example, the flavors, and we're about to get into all of that. We got a nice box which includes a sampling of their baked goods. We got the Bang Bo Nuong, that's a rice and tapioca flour cake, aka honeycomb cake. It's flavored with pandan and coconut, 2 macaron, 1 red oolong, 1 pandan, and we also got a chiffon cake. They have a couple to choose from, including Vietnamese coffee, and I almost snatched that one up, but I figured, you know what? They're all about that green. So if you love pandan, you gotta get your pandan loving booty over to the Two Bridges neighborhood so you can sample Bang by Lauren. They just opened up, started off as a pop-up, did a whole Kickstarter and all that stuff. And as far as the chiffon cake, it's got more coconut and pandan flavors. So I don't even know what a pandan tastes like, but I'm about to find out, clearly. And any bakery in New York City would be positively worthless if they didn't serve caffeinated drinks. So of course, you know, I had to go for some coffee. Of course, they got a whole spread of Vietnamese coffee brought to you by Necessary Coffee Beans. I think that name's a little too on the nose, a little too obvious for me. I wasn't feeling a bunch of milk and sugar in my drink since I have so much here in the baked good. So I just got a black flash chilled coffee. It's sort of like a cold brew, just a bit more aromatic. If you have your coffee with a ton of half and half and sugar, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about. Get on your coffee game, son. The only non-green item in our box, red oolong macaron. It's so delicate, just like a macaron should be. Great temperature. That filling is the right consistency, sort of like in between jelly and a dry crumble. The outside is a thin layer of crispiness. Just such a good macaron, the pandan. And they also had a French vanilla one, which we'll have to try next time for sure. But you know, we're not trying to lay into a sugar coma today. Absolutely delicious, beautifully colored. It's almost like you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day when you go to Bang by Lauren. There's just so much green everywhere. Makes you feel lucky, if I'm being honest. I might go buy a scratch off after this. Here is the Bang Bo Nuong, aka honeycomb cake. No bees were harmed in the making of this honeycomb cake. I asked.
It looks so spongy.
It's very spongy, a little wiggly and jiggly. Of course, you got that green flavor, and they put it in this little film bag for you.
It's perfect so you can see the green.
Absolutely perfect, so you can see that green with the brown on the outside. The consistency is interesting. It's almost like eating a pizza with no toppings on it. Pandan honeycomb part is very soft and squishy, but also so textured to where it's almost maybe like a focaccia style texture.
Mixed with mochi.
It's somewhere in between a focaccia and a mochi if those two had a baby. Good flavor, not overly sweet. Just because you're going to a bakery doesn't mean you want a pound of sugar in your digestive system.
And here's that coffee to wash it all down. Very good coffee. They had a really popular drink going out the door where they were having the Vietnamese coffee with a swirl of whipped cream on top. I mean, everybody was ordering that, but I tend not to be a follower. I wanted my own thing. No milk and sugar for me today. Maybe next time. And finally, we got this chiffon cake. Gonna try our best to show you what that looks like. I'll get me a nice fork full
All those layers.
so we can see this layered up cake. That's beautiful. They're always after me, Lucky Cakes. The cream is so light, airy, and whipped. It's really good. Nothing here is overdone. Textures are perfect, the flavors are good. Just the right amount of sweetness. And with that coffee, come on. This bakery is a dream come true. Rocketed to the top of my list, just like the Manhattan Bridge. Baak ban is a traditional Korean meal consisting of rice and soup. And at Kisa NYC on the Lower East Side, you can get such a meal in an 80s style Korean diner. Kisa is also another word for taxi driver restaurant, or that's what they tell me. And basically that means a very hearty meal that's served quickly so you get in and out and on with your day. After all, if you're a crazy taxi driver like Axel, you're gonna want a hearty meal to keep you going around these streets of New York City. They have about 5 entrees to choose from, but we went with bulgogi and a spicy stir-fried squid with vegetables. That includes a mountain of banchan. Not just banchan, but chanban as well. Potato jorim, roasted seaweed, soy marinated shrimp, sausage and rice cake skewer, omelet, mung bean jelly salad, kimchi, of course, and it just looks amazing. We got some soup and rice on the side, and we're gonna dig into this amazing baak bang. The most tricky thing is eating it, but we'll try the spicy squid first. Ooh, spicy and chewy. Squiddy. I'm gonna get some rice in my seaweed. It's a rice and seaweed taco. Delicious. There's some tofu in the soup, some peppers, and some cabbage. It's quite spicy. It's a lot of food, bang for your buck here. Of course, if you want alcohol, they let us sample like 4 different alcohols before we made our choice. Got some mung bean jelly salad. Very gelatinous. Potato jorim. I'll try one of the skewers. Look at that. Little gochujang sauce on that. A little spicy. It's a lot of food. Got me in the throat. All right, we got a lot of food here, so time is of the essence. We got to get back to that taxi drive-in, so let's eat. We also got a couple of glasses of alcohol. This is the plum wine, and it tastes like if Willy Wonka were to make an alcohol. That is scrumdiddlyumptious.